All right, good morning. Welcome in for another safety focus of the week. Today is December 17th. Looking like a windy day out there. Temperatures dropping throughout the day, they're saying. This week's code of conduct is to drive safely, defensively, and courteously. Definitely one of our biggest exposures out there. We're going to talk more about winter driving safety in a second, but before that, I'll pass over to Ben if he has any words of wisdom on this code item. You're muted, Ben.
Sorry about that, Matt. Yeah,
Okay.
am I on now?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I think it's one of our biggest interfaces with the public out on the roads. We got a lot of vehicles out there. Can't even count them all anymore. I don't know if we could even figure it out in half an hour how many vehicles we have. And it's a big interface that we have with the public, and it's a big interaction that we have at all the traffic lights and just interacting, getting in and out of lanes, feeding onto the interstate, large trucks and small. So just remember, as the conditions deteriorate, let's understand we're all getting paid, and let's get there safe. Don't rush. Don't try to cut in front of people. It's okay. Take an extra 2 or 3 minutes to get there, and represent us well out there and on the roads, because the logo's on most of our stuff.
Correct. Thanks, Ben. Another 7 days without a recordable injury. Good job this week on mitigating those hazards. We got 1 day left of the week, though, so let's really focus in today with a good JHA briefing before we start work today, and then same thing next week as we transition into the holiday season. So let's work safe out there on our job sites. I just wanted to highlight, kind of in lieu of the code item, is just the winter driving conditions are upon us. They'll be coming over the next couple of days. Definitely next week, we're calling for some snow. Big exposure. Last year, we did have a couple vehicle collisions due to icy roads. So I wanted to highlight that, to making sure that we just really take the time and making sure that we try to do our best to always maintain control of our vehicles on the roadway. So I got some tips here. Just wanted to share with everybody. Slip and slide, test the road conditions frequently. Periodically check tractions, available grip when driving in challenging conditions. Road conditions can change drastically in a short period of time, distance in winter. Apply the brakes with moderate pressure to determine the available grip and modify your driving if needed to respond to ever-changing road conditions. Definitely way more safer to do these kind of checks on secondary roads or low volume. Interstate, I wouldn't quite recommend so much, but again, just always take it down if they're wet or snowy conditions on the roadway, and it's sub freezing temperatures. We got black ice potential, so it's really try to make sure you're extending your following distance. Instead of 3 seconds, maybe make it 5 or 6 seconds from the car in front of you, so you don't lose control. So again, all comes about to maintaining control of your vehicle. It's best to avoid braking or accelerating when negotiating a turn. Always try to brake before the turn, then negotiate the turn and accelerate after the turn. Again, try to avoid using your cruise control in wet or icy snow conditions to maintain control of acceleration or deceleration at all times. Again, cruise control can really cause some issues out there, especially on the interstate. So avoid using cruise control in these type of conditions. And lastly, we've all done it. Let's not get complacent. Let's stay alert. Let's slow down. Let's stay in control when you're driving. Really make that your point of emphasis of what you're focusing on. We can easily get distracted with phone, trying to pre-plan, or if you're running late, kind of like what Ben said. Let's drive according to the road and weather conditions out there while driving ECI vehicles. So let's really make it an emphasis over this next couple months to hopefully let's not total any vehicles out there. Keep everybody safe. Ken, you have anything to add on winter driving?
No, let's just stay alert and, like you say, stay in control. And that means, a lot of what I see on the road. Sometimes people come up behind you and you rest on your tailgate as if to go faster, but typically I'm going the speed limit, and there's no sense in a lot of these roads to go faster, especially in bad conditions. So,
Thanks.
all right, shall I take over?
It's all yours.
All right. Okay, can you see my email screen?
It's loading, I think.
Okay.
Hasn't been, do you see it? I don't see it.
It just came up. I've got it.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll scroll down. So best winter best driving practices was today. So for announcements, we have the recap from last week of the holiday schedule. And I added one thing at the top here. Thursday versus Friday, we're going to have a safety meeting at 6:45 on the 23rd. So the day before our holiday, which is the 24th, we have off, as you see in the next couple lines down. But on the 23rd, we're distributing hams after the safety meeting. So we'll talk about more details next week, because we'll be meeting just before the ham distribution. So then Friday we have off, and then the following Friday, December 31st, we have off. And just one more thing to point out on the safety meeting. Next week we'll do it at 6:45. We'll transition to a 6:45, like pitch dark out there still, obviously, right now. And it's not even 6:45 yet. So we'll be starting our meetings at 6:45 next week. And that'll be a Thursday, a non-traditional Thursday meeting to kick off the ham distribution. So the other note here is we've added the please submit your time for approval by 6 a.m. on Monday for both holiday weeks. We picked 6 a.m. because hopefully you've already done it by Friday night, or if you work like snow removal or something like that over the weekend, that you get all those records in. It's best to get them in as soon as possible, especially in the like the snow removal type things that are more out of the ordinary. Things have to get set up and billed, and time cards taken care of, and payroll. And also, just another new note is that the fuel cards are in. These are new fuel cards to replace your old ones. And these new ones have a magnetic strip versus the chip in them. And the magnetic strip works pretty much, I've found, at every service center that takes the Voyager card. Previously, with the chip, it'll stop you in half the situation, say, oh, you have to go inside, you have to do this or whatever. So these should cover you for all cases wherever Voyager is accepted. Cold nights are here. Hey, it's starting up again. Actually, it wasn't that cold a week, but now it's going to start again, and I think it'll stick with us. Yeah, the link here to the ECI Primary Care Wellness Program. And then for weather, looks like we're going to be back to weather, and a couple noteworthy items here. One is breezy today, so pretty windy conditions right now and coming up here. So anything where you're, kind of doing crane work or handling anything in the air, or steel plate or anything off an excavator, the wind, can really take that thing over on you. So, it'd spin it around and be a real hazard. So watch it there. Also Saturday afternoon and evening, there's going to be a snow event. I think they're talking 3 to 6 inches maybe. So I sound more like the 3-inch range, but it'll be an event where we'll be called in. So if you're on snow removal, one of the snow removal teams, make sure you're ready. And also if you're available and want to shovel or plow or something, check with Scott Burns or Jim McNall or Daryl Wescombe. So a COVID summary still here. We're right around 84% of the whole state 5 and older that are vaccinated. Congratulations there. And as I indicated last week, Williston, Essex, Burlington, maybe more now towns have a mandatory mask protocol inside of buildings that are accessible to the public. So when you go to the store and that sort of thing. And for the project this week, we are profiling the Burlington Greenway Oakledge Park. This is an update from a couple months ago. and this is the Phase 3B South. So it's essentially the furthest south main section, the main park, really, Oakledge Park, where the bike path crosses through. So we're contracted with the City of Burlington Parks, Recreation, and Waterfront to make improvements to the path and the facilities at Oakledge. Our work is now nearly complete, and the city held a reopening ceremony earlier yesterday afternoon. This is actually their logo symbol, the B, lowercase b, with the swirly look, and that's really meant to be the final surface on one of the ovals, and actually shaped like an oval there. It'll be very similar. The lettering hasn't been installed, to be done in the spring, but it's a raised exposed aggregate concrete, and there'll be a picture here later. But we went to several ECI people. We're at this reopening event. It started at the oval at Austin Drive, and I just want to note this is like the most complex section of the rec path. Improvements with significant flat work and a stairway walkway to Blanchard Beach. If you don't know where it is, this map shows you kind of the downtown Burlington. The boathouse is there in the middle, and then the bike paths around. And then further to the south, where we're talking about off from Flint Ave, is Oakledge Park and Blanchard Beach. And then this is a plan view of the completed work, showing the oval in the center, crossing the bike path with the big lowercase b there for their logo. The stairs are leading off to the top of the page to the lake. Stairs and ramp, because it's all wheelchair accessible. And then the entry area is to the bottom. It says Flint Ave there. For cross sections, you get a sense of dropping down from the pavers. There's permeable pavers around the oval, dropping down by stairs, and then crossing over are the ramps and coming to the bottom. So it's quite a complex little thing. This is the oval at Austin Drive, the smaller oval, and we're all listening to the mayor give his speech, and the director of the Parks, Recreation, and Waterfront standing off to the right. And then this is at the bigger oval. You can see the brick pavers. They're nearly complete around the perimeter. Looking back towards the bathhouse there, and towards them, kind of got our back to the north, looking to the south there. And this is some of the big stone work on the stairs. You see the stairs there. The ramps kind of diverge off the stairs. A little hard to see there. The red thing is a life preserver, life ring. And then it was part of the event was these are the red hot chili dippers from Burlington. They like to go swimming in the colder weather, and of course it wasn't that bad, and the air temperature wasn't bad. I don't think the water temperature it wasn't as bad as it gets, but that was one of the parts of the ceremony. Was we saw the red hot chili dippers run out into the lake and get wet and come back. And here's some of the crew. This was the main crew that was there the whole time. Certainly they were supplemented by a lot of others, pavers and concrete people for quite a bit of the time. But there's the main crew that was there for the most of the activities, most of the work we did. I do have a little video there that was from the town. I won't try to play it. Then from the photo archives, I have a picture of the Coast Guard station. That was back in May 2012, kind of a little bit at the opposite end of Burlington. And that's, I think that's you, Ben, out there, isn't it? I can't tell who the others are. Looking over towards where the Coast Guard docks are and ramps. So
yeah, it's hard to see. Definitely people look a little younger.
Yeah. All right, well, that's what I got. Matt, I'll turn it back to you. Everybody have a safe day out there, and have a good weekend. Remember, there's going to be some snow removal and a short week coming up, and next safety meeting will be Thursday at 6:45. Be prepared to grab your hams afterwards.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. And if you're watching in a group setting today, just please send me a message. I've already gotten a couple, but we'd like to really try to capture the attendance for the ones that participated here today. With that said, let's be safe. Let's have a great day. Talk soon.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.